Welcome into Varsity 4. I know, Justin, we've been off for a couple weeks. We had players, then we had spring break. Now we're back. And just a couple weeks ago was also the Bob Hayes Invitational. Some of the best track athletes from Florida and Georgia competing, including Jackson High's Nico Garnes. Now, I caught up with him this week to learn more about why he's having such a successful season and maybe someone else on the team he may be related to that is finding equal success.
A lot of people overlook Andrew Jackson track, and thanks to our coaches, Coach Kevin, Coach Ed, and Coach Tasha, that we're allowed to be on this big stage and do these great things.
Overlooked no more. In fact, Jackson High senior track and field athlete Nico Garnes isn't just catching the attention of other area teams, he's making a statement around the country.
It feels like a dream, but my whole goal this year was to go U.S. #1 and show the world what I'm capable of.
Garnes currently holds the U.S. #1 time for the 400-meter hurdles, clocking in at 52.67 seconds, which he ran at the Sam Burley Hall of Fame Invitational in Miami in February.
But he does the work, you know, and now it's starting to pay off for him, so I'm really proud of that.
Now Garnes has set a new goal to break the U.S. 400-meter hurdle record time of 49.7 seconds.
It's extremely hard to get to that point and to maintain it because everybody's coming for you. You know, you have a target on your back, and so the training has to increase, the mindset has to increase, the confidence has to increase, the work ethic has to increase, and he's got it all. He's got the total package.
Garnes added the 400-meter hurdles victory at the Bob Hayes Invitational to his resume this season as well.
It was a great moment because the year before that, I lost. I got second place, and it felt great breaking that meet record and going first place, knowing how much work I put into it.
Garnes actually got into track and field because of his younger sister, Nyjah, but it was Nico who convinced Nyjah to start competing in hurdles.
It means a lot to me because, you know, I look up to him, so he's kind of my only idol.
This is Nyjah's first season running track with her brother at Jackson. She already has dropped over 8 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles this season and placed 4th in the event at the Bob Hayes.
Nyjah works really, really hard. And once she studied what Nico does, she developed as her own athlete and come into her own person to be a phenomenal athlete.
The Garnes siblings are just 2 of the athletes that make up the Tigers' successful track team this season.
Even with hard practices, it may be some complaining, but we come out here and we do what needs to be done. And I'm proud of this team. This is the greatest team that Jackson's had in a minute.
Would you say ever?
Ever. I would say ever.
Jackson just finding so much success this year. They have such a great program out there on Main Street.
Yes, so many good athletes, so many good storylines out of Jackson, be it football, track and field. Remember, we had a great track and field sprinter last year from Creekside, Christian Miller, so that sprinting success continues on in the area.
And now it's Nico Garnes. Okay, Justin, we're on our vibe check. So we asked the top track athletes if track had power-ups like Mario Kart, what would be the most useful one? Of course, we had to ask Garnes himself as one of the top athletes here. He says it's got to be the gold mushroom.
Now, see, this is all foreign to me because I was into Super Mario Brothers more than Mario Kart. But yeah, hey, the gold mushroom, that sounds good. I love mushrooms, so I'm going with the gold one too.
It's basically a huge power up. He's already a super fast guy, but he wants to be even faster, so why not? Okay, next we have Fletcher's Marcus Alloway. He says, I would say carbon fiber spikes or caffeine energy gels. The mushrooms match the gels and the stars match the spikes. Now, I know about these energy gels. I'm a big runner, and they're definitely very useful.
I do know about that, so I'm in agreement for that one too. I still like the golden mushroom though.
Okay, there you go. Next we have Bulls Evie Freeman. She says, if I could use the same power-ups like track or in track like I can in Mario Kart, I think the most useful one would definitely be the mushroom power-up, because if you're in a super close race, you could use the speed up boost and blow past your opponents in the last seconds of the race.
And she is a multi-sport star. Dad was an excellent baseball player, and she's getting it done on the track and field circuit as well this spring.
I don't think she really needs the mushroom power-ups.
Yeah, I don't think so. Evie's a pretty darn good athlete.
Next we have Reigns Owen K, who says, I feel like the most useful one would be speed burst like the red mushroom. A little different from the gold mushroom.
Everybody knows the red mushroom in Mario. Come on now, that's a great one. And hey, if you played Mario, you know it, and played Mario Kart, I have a few times, you know about that mushroom as well too.
And by the way, he matched with Reigns red and
yeah,
the red mushroom.
That's, so hey, it's perfect color coordination on that.
Okay, we're going over to Bishop Kenny's Jack Liuzzo, who says definitely a blue shell. As someone who likes to sit behind people and make a definitive move towards the end, being able to take out the whole front pack would be pretty nice.
I like it. I like the shell move. Yeah, getting to spit out the shell and kick them away and kick out some competition.
He really thought about that one.
I know. That was a good answer.
That was a very good answer. Okay, next we have his teammate Tessa Massa. She says during a relay race, when a person hands off the baton, it turns magnet-like, giving a boost to both runners. Now, as the baton is passed, it helps the finishing runner speed up and gives the runner receiving it a jump start as they take off like the golden mushroom.
Like the golden mushroom. See, this is foreign to me because I'm not a runner. You can't look at me and say that I'm any type of runner. This is more your alley. So more power-ups your way.
I think I would do the golden mushroom too, but maybe I would do the banana because I want to sit on the bench and I don't like to exert my energy.
I hate bananas, and I am, my penchant for not liking bananas. I'm going with the golden mushroom for my power up here.
Okay, but you know what? The kid before, Jack, he had a really good thought process in that, so I'll give him my second.
Traffic. I like that one too.
Okay, Justin, well, we all have so much more coming up on Varsity 4, including our Super 6 rankings and a throwback that you will definitely want to stay tuned to watch. We'll be right back with Varsity 4. Well, now that we checked on the vibes are good here in Varsity 4. Let's take a look at your Super 6 rankings. We have 4 different sports to get to. We'll start with flag football. Take it away, Justin.
Yeah, number 6, Mandarin in the rankings after spring break. Nice little run for the Mustangs at 5. Fletcher up a spot. They're 7-2, along with Mandarin at 4. Fleming Island 6-1. Side note on Fleming Island, our player of the year last year with Fleming Island, London Jenkins, just named to the Team USA all women's flag football team today. So very good. Congrats to London Jenkins. Number 3, Ponte Vedra has been probably the surprise of the season. The Sharks at 10-1. This is their first year in flag football. I really think they've got a case for moving up into the number 2 or 1 spot. Bradford and Clay have been anchored there for quite some time, but those teams have not played nearly the competition as Ponte Vedra has. But that is our Super 6 in flag football. Great second half of the season upcoming.
You know, I love the Tornadoes, but congratulations to the Blue Devils for number 1. Now let's take a look at the lacrosse field. We'll start with girls lacrosse rankings first.
Yeah, hey, it's a good time to be an Episcopal Eagle. We'll get to them in a minute, but St. Augustine moves into the rankings. When you see some of these records a little off, 6-6 or 6-5 in there at Coy Creek and St. Augustine, these teams are playing really good competition, so don't be dissuaded by some of those records. St. Aug at 6, Coy Creek at 5, Bowles at 4, at 7-2, Bartram Trail, they drop a spot. They're the 3-time defending state champions, so look out for them to keep doing good things. Ponte Vedra moves up a spot. They're at 6-3, and Episcopal, I think, has a good shot at a state title this year. They are 9-1. They are doing extremely well. Eagles at number 1. Been that way for a while.
Ooh, the Bears and the Sharks, little competition right there, switching spots. Let's take a look at the boys' Super 6 rankings.
Yeah, and a big shake-up here. So I'll get to the top in a minute, but Fletcher drop a couple spots. Are 9-4. Creekside up 1. They're at number 5. Nice at number 4. Bowles, they dropped down to number 3 for the first time this year. The reason, because they lost big to Episcopal. Episcopal ended Bowles' 44-game winning streak against local competition, so great to be an Episcopal boys or lacrosse program this year. They're at number 2, and then Ponte Vedra ascends to number 1, first time this year that they have been in that top spot, so great season for the Sharks.
And finally, we are taking a look at our Super 6 Varsity 4 softball rankings with a beautiful new graphic, Justin.
Yeah, that's right. So we got a new graphic, and the Jumbo Shrimp actually signing on for these softball rankings. So thank you to them. But, man, our top 6 is a little bit of change. Remember, we had spring break, and a lot of these records have shifted around. But at number 6, we got a tie. Creekside and Middleburg, both there. Creekside, a big win the other night over Middleburg. Ponte Vedra moving up a spot there at number 5. Paxson, they're 10-1 this year. Great season. Haley Hines threw a no-hitter last night against First Coast. They have won quite a few in a row. And our number 3, these 3 teams have been changing spots for the last 2 Super 6s. Baker County at number 3. Baldwin moving up to number 2. And then Atlantic Coast, they have been on a tear, winners of 12 straight. They are awesome this year, and they are a very, very young team. So congrats to the Stingrays of Atlantic Coast. That's their second week in the top spot.
Okay, and speaking of softball, we have some congratulations for one coach who has just won his 100th game.
Yeah, so absolutely. Jennifer Bucklew over there at Fleming Island, career W number 100 for the Fleming Island coach. So congrats to Coach Bucklew, and the Golden Eagles are having a good season as well. Congrats to Jen and the Fleming Island players over there.
Okay, as we wrap it up here on Varsity 4, we are going to throw it back to what are we throwing it back to?
Yeah, a long time. We did not dig in the VHS archives for this one, but hey, we went to the digital route, and you probably remember this guy, Grayson Allen, former star at Providence. He won a state championship in 2013. They went back in the senior year and lost to Weston Sagemont there. But Grayson has had an unbelievable career. Won a state title in high school with Providence, won a national championship at Duke his freshman year there. He became a #1 pick of the Utah Jazz, and he's still number 12 in scoring all time at Duke. That shows you his lasting effects there. And he's bounced around the NBA a little bit, but settled in with the Suns. He just signed a $70 million extension. He's been in the league since 2018. He's averaging 10.4 points a game this year, and shooting 41% from three. So Grayson Allen kind of continuing that success he had in high school at the NBA level. Great to see him doing well. McDonald's All-American, Jordan Brand Classic All-American. Great career at every level for Grayson Allen. That's our Throwback Thursday.
$70 million.
$70 million. He's trying to catch up to you, right? Your contract.
In my dreams, literally. Well, Justin, thank you. And make sure to follow us at Sports4Jax on Instagram and Twitter for the latest up-to-date sports news. And you can watch our high school sports show here on News4Jax every Thursday at 10:45 p.m. But that's it for Varsity 4.